Hello everyone, Elias5891 here with another KTANE module tutorial. This time we're covering the symbol cycle module. I have the manual page up for this one. However, we don't actually need it for this one. Everything, we're just going to talk about the rules. There's nothing on this you have to reference when you're doing the module. So it's there as a reference, but we don't have to do anything with it. So, having said that, let's talk about how this module works in general. You will see a set of, you'll see two screens of images. These two screens of images will cycle through anywhere between 2 and 5 pictures each. So you'll notice the one on my left is cycling between a picture of a globe and a 4-4 dominoes. The one on my right is cycling through 3 pictures, a weird almost Euro, a cloud, and a telephone pole, or whatever names you want to give them. You'll also notice we have a cycle number here. This cycle number is exactly what it sounds like. It just tells us which number it is in the forever going cycle of just flipping through these pictures. We're going to look at this as the diffuser. We're going to give some information to our expert, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We'll go into some more detail. And we'll flip the switch. When you flip the switch, you're going to have 2 static images and 1 static number. Now, by clicking the images at this point, we will either change the images themselves, which we do this time, or we may be changing the number at the bottom. Either of those, oops, let's grab that back. Either of those is a possibility. In this case, we obviously are flipping through the pictures. So we will wait for our expert. He will look through the information that we gave him. He'll do some calculations, some math specifically, so if you don't like math, be forewarned. He'll tell us to pick 2 particular images, maybe domino and kind of a Euro thing. He'll probably use whatever term the diffuser gave. We'll choose those images, and we'll flip the switch, or we would click these to change the number down here, and we'd flip the switch when we have a match, and if we have a match, it goes green and we're done. So how do we actually get that information? How do we know which images, which cycles we need? Well, this all is very relevant on modulo math. Let's take a look at this one. As the diffuser, you're going to want to give what you see on each screen. So for this one, I'm saying, okay, I've got symbol cycle. Left screen, I've got a C playing card, a bird, and that's it. So that's my left side. On my right side, I've got a greater than, sideways T, G, left arrow, 4 pips. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's, as the diffuser, whatever you call them, you're going to be able to look at other images later and be like, oh, that's the one that I called it this. I had to type a little quick there, so let's fill in what I actually called them. Greater than, sideways T, G, left arrow, 4 pips. You're also going to give the diffuser information on cycle number. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. The more common way is to just pick a number and then say, okay, at cycle number 165, let's go ahead and mark 165 down, my symbols are bird and left arrow. So they can be like, oh, 165 is bird and left arrow. That's one way to do it. I'm going to do it differently after this particular module, but I did want to illustrate that as one way first. Not how I prefer to give it or receive it, but it depends on level of familiarity with modulo math real quick. Anyway, we're going to flip the switch. We're going to see what changes. It's the images this time. So we'll tell them, alright, I need the images for cycle number 337565338. That's a lengthy string number. Luckily, we had cycles of 2 and 5, which make this a lot easier. For my left image, we were cycling between 2 images, the C playing card and the bird. Cycle 165 was a bird. Now, if you think about it, since it switches every 2 because there's 2 images, that means 163 was a bird, 161 was a bird, and I keep adding and subtracting 2 because there were 2 symbols, to figure out every possible cycle number that had a bird in it. Conversely, C playing card obviously was the cycle afterwards. That would be 166, plus or minus 2 forever. And that would give me all the images, or all the cycle numbers that have a playing card. Now, some people like to think about it like that and be like, okay, well, I can add a bajillion of these to get there. Some people prefer to think of it as kind of a modulo cycle. If we think about it, that 165 was the bird, where was cycle 0? What was my beginning state? And it's, with 2 of them, it's kind of just odd or even. Bird was 165, that's an odd number. That means C playing card would have to be the even number. So 0 would have been my bird playing card. So this would be my 0 state. That's what I'm going to call it. Now, if I'm looking for image 33756538, that's an even number. Since I'm doing multiples of 2, is 8 going to be the same state as my 0 state? And it is, because they're both even. 33756538 is a multiple of 2, so it's going to be at the 0 state. So I know my left image is going to be the C playing card. We can do something similar here with the second part. We were at cycle 165 again. Since there are 5 images there, anything that's a multiple of 5 is going to be my 0 state. 165 is a multiple of 5, so my 0 state is going to be this left arrow. 0 state. That's going to be my left arrow. Now, what image do I actually need? 33756538. That's not a multiple of 5. Multiples of 5 end in 5 or 0. How far off is it from a multiple of 5, though? Well, if I added 1, I'd get blah 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 39. If I added 2, I'd get 40, which would be a multiple of 5. So if I added 2 more cycles, I would get to my 0 state. I would get to a multiple of 5. So where in the cycle, if I move 2 more forward, would I get to the 0 state? Well, I need to go back 2. My sideways T here is going to be the state that I'm looking for, because the next one, blah 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 39 would be a G, blah 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 40 would be a left arrow, which is my 0 state, which is what I know it should be. So for this one, I need my sideways T. Now, another way of thinking about it is look at your modulo math. If you take this mod 5, divide it by 5, look at the remainder. Your remainder is going to be 3. That means you're 3 cycles after your 0 state. So you take your 0 state, you move forward 1, 2, 3 cycles. Either way, you're at that sideways T. So that's our answer for this one. We're going to tell, as the expert, we're going to tell our diffuser, alright, you want the C playing card and the sideways T. C playing card, sideways T, submit, off we move. Off to the races. Now I mentioned this is not exactly how I like to give it. This is probably the easiest way to give it. It's the most convenient, it's the smoothest, I guess you could say. But you'll notice this gives the expert the job of finding that 0 state. If I can, as the diffuser, I prefer to give the 0 state myself. So let's see exactly what I mean with that. Let's go through, let's do this one on the right actually. Left cycles, we have upside down T, U, 3-2 domino, diamond, 5-2 domino. I looked at them enough that I was able to tell which domino was the right one. Now, that's cycling through 5 images. That means I need a multiple of 5. Well, that's easy. That's going to be something ending in 1 or 5. There, U. Or 420 is going to be a multiple of 5. So I look at 420. That's going to be the U. So I can say that the U, that's my 0 state. Alright, what about my right image? We have horse, 5 comma, horse. Okay, we've got 2 again. But this will be easy. I need a multiple of 2. That'd be an even number. 5 comma is an even number. So that's my 0 state for this one. So I've given them my images, and I've given them my zero state, as opposed to a specific symbol, or a specific cycle. Either way works. It's whatever you feel more comfortable with as the diffuser. Truthfully, I'd probably start by saying, hey, cycle 450 is U5. Don't have to do that. If you do it that way, and you can comfortably get to a certain multiple, like maybe you struggle with multiples of 5, you're like, oh, well, there's 2 of those, I need an even number. Aim to give maybe 464, 466. Don't be like, oh, a 469 is, don't pick a random number. Try to pick something that'll make it a little easier on them. Anyway, let's flip the switch. We need images again, so this will be just like the last one. 3. So, my zero state is U. That mod 5 is 3. 1, 2, 3. I want the 5-2 domino. This mod 2 is 1. I don't want the evens, I want the odds, I want the other one. So we're going to take 5. We said mod 2 is 1, so we move 1 more space. That's the horse. Alright, let's see if we can get an exciting one here. Maybe something that's not a 5-2. Alright, left side we have equals, upside down U. Wow, it's just not giving us anything. And my zero state is, I need an even number because it's a multiple of 2, equals. On the other side, we have F, star, saxophone, mushroom. Are you kidding me? It's another 5. Okay, well, you know, it happens sometimes. Multiple of 5, 505 would work. V is my zero state on this one. So 510 would be a good one to give. Equals V. Both a multiple of 5 and 2. We'll flip the switch. Are we doing images again? We are. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this is not the best example so far. Ends in a 5. That is not a multiple of 2. That mod 2 is 1, so we need this one plus 1 upside down U. For the 5 cycle, it is a multiple of 5, so we need the 0 cycle here on the 5. That's the V. One more. Okay, we'll get something exciting here. Left side, we have clock, right arrow, slots. There we go. There's something different. There's 3 in that one. Now, multiples of 3. This is where a lot of people don't want to try to do one on the fly. If you can do some quick adding, 6, 10. 6 plus 1 plus 0 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the sum of the digits. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. If all the digits add up to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, whatever. So if I can get one that the numbers add up to 3, then that's going to be my zero state. 6 plus 3 plus 0 is 9. So that would be a good one to get. So 630 is the clock. That's my zero state. Because 630 is multiple of 3. So clock is my zero state. Right side, what do we have? Lips, 3-0 domino, 10, train, P. So we got 5 over here. We're looking for something in 5 or 0. That's going to be 650 rather. 650 is the 3-0 domino. Flip the switch. Change the images. We haven't changed cycle once. We'll do another one to get the change cycle. 32968 this number. I'm having trouble saying it. Right side first will be easy because we've done these forever. This mod 5 is 2. So we're going to take our zero state, add 2. That puts us at train. Now this one's a little trickier. What is this number mod 2? Well, we're going to add up all the digits. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 9 is 14, 20, 28, 30, 32, 34. 34. And we can add those digits together as well. So that gives us 7. check my math there just to make sure I don't screw this up. Yep, that's 34. And 3 plus 4 is 7. Is 7 a multiple of 3? No. That 7 mod 3 is 1, so this number is 1 bigger than a multiple of 3. So I need my 0 state. It was 1 more than a multiple of 3, mod 1. So we move 1 more space. Right arrow. That thingy. And that's how I get that done. Now let's go back in. Let's find one where we're actually looking for a cycle as opposed to an image, because we haven't done one of those, and those are a little trickier. Also, we haven't done any 4 cycles, so maybe we'll find one of those as well. So we'll pop back in. We'll do another one real quick. Alright, left side we have D, snowman. That's it. We need an even number for our 0 state. That's going to be the D. Right side we have leaf, broken heart, 8 of clubs, left arrow, weird TV letter. Multiple of... is there 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5. So we need multiple of 5. 55 will work. That's going to be the left arrow. We flip the switch, and we're moving the number. Thank goodness. It's about time. I went through 10 modules that were all image cycles to get to this one. So, we need to find the correct number, or a correct number, I should say, for the images we have here. So we're kind of going to work backwards from what we did before. We need snowman and broken heart. Broken heart. Now, D snowman, that part's going to be easy. Again, multiples of 2 are going to be my 0 cycle. Multiples of 2 are going to be D. Then when I give this to my expert, I'm also going to tell him where I'm at number-wise, so he kind of has an idea. I'm at 15787725. So he's going to be like, okay, well, snowman is not a multiple of 2. It is 1 more than a multiple of 2 because it's odd. So I would need a number that's 1 more than a multiple of 2. So 2 mod 1 or 1 more, or we'll just call that an odd number. For the bottom, we had broken heart. Well, left arrow is my multiple of 5, which this particular number is, so obviously it's not the right number. What actually is something that's 1, 2, 3 numbers higher. So I also need something that's 3 more than a multiple of 5. So that would be either something ending in 8 or something ending in 3. And since from this part we know we need an odd number, we need something ending in 3. So we tell them, okay, let's set the last 2 digits to 2, 3. So we'll flip these. They can go different directions. Sometimes this one's plus, sometimes this one's minus. But we find the 2, 3, we flip the switch, and we've got one. Let's do one more that's not 2, 5, because again, 2, 5 is kind of the least interesting possibility. It's the easiest one. What do we have here? We have P, smoking, U, TW. Need a multiple of 4, 200 will work for that. That's going to give me smoking. On the right side, we have F, F circle, 13, S to S, Venn diagram. Multiple of 5, because there's 5 of them, so 215 is going to give me 13. We flip the switch. We're looking for numbers. Number 4, smoking F, and we're currently at 604.194.9507. Now this one's going to be a little trickier. Let's do the easy part first, the 5. Here's my multiple of 5. But we need F, so that's 1, 2, 3 more than a multiple of 5. So we need 3 more than a multiple of 5. So we need an 08 or an 03, or an 8 or a 3 is my last digit, kind of like last time. So we need 3 mod 5. So from where we're at, that'd be 08, 13, 18, 23, something like that. For my top one, I need smoking was my 0 cycle, so I need something that's a multiple of 4. Multiples of 4 next to where I'm at would be 8, 12, 16, 20. Oh, and looky here. Notice 08's in both of these sets. That would fit my description then. So I need 08, and we're done. Let's try to get one more with 3, because 3 is kind of the most interesting case, in my opinion. Zoom out, see if we have a 3 to look at. Yeah, this one up here is a 3, actually. Left side, we have no. Arrow. Mahjong. Sagittarius. Weightlift. 260 was what I called Arrow, which is a horrible name for that one, by the way, but that's what I called it. Right side, we have Arrow. Arrow. Carrot. Barricade. That's 3. We need a multiple of 3. 2 plus 8 plus 0 is 10, so 2 plus 8 plus 2 is 12. 2, 8, 2. That's 12. That's a multiple of 3. Arrow. Arrow, arrow. Nice. We flip the switch. We hopefully change the number. We don't. We're angry. We're going to flip it a little bit. Let's actually do this one. Nah, it's not. Let's move on. Alright, let's look at this one here. Alright, let's look at this one here. Left side, we have lambda, pin. That's it. Lambda is my even. Easy enough to find. On the other side, we have hearts, olive, K. We need a multiple of 3, so 360, that's 9. So 360 was the K. Maybe I missed that. That could have been like, the 360 was a multiple, so 363, 366, 369, 372. Count up till you get to 1. Anyway, we've got our 0 states. We're going to flip the switch. Nope. Alright, let's give this one more try. Left side, we have RAM, 5 X's. Need a multiple of 3. 309 is 12. That was Mahjong. That was my 5. Right side, we have lamp, line. Okay. Even number, that would be lamp. We flip the switch. Please, let's find images. Nope. Oh, this is what we want. We want to find a number. Okay. We want what I brilliantly called RAM and line. I'm a genius. Number is 906533314, which we would tell to our poor, miserable expert. We need RAM. We need line. Line's easy enough to deal with. Lamp is our multiple of 2, so line's going to be our odd numbers. So we need an odd number. So let's actually go ahead and change this to an odd number. This is a close number. Let's see what this gives us. 9 plus 6 is 15, 20, 23, 24, 6, 27, 32 is my sum, which is 5, which is 2 mod 3. So here's my 3 state. I need 2 more. Well, hot dog. That's going to give me what I want. This 1-5 is. Now, if say that did not work. Let's ignore the one we actually did. Let's say X's was what I got. 2 mod 3 would have put me at RAM. RAM is not what I need. I need x's. Here's what I do if I get into this sort of state. Take one of them that you don't want to, take the one that you've got, a solid number for. We know that this number gives us the correct thing here. This gives us line, which is what we want. But we have ran. Well, how do we loop back to line? Well, we would add 2 more. So add 2 more to this number, and add 2 more to this cycle. That would put us at x's line. With 2, 3, I mean, it's a simple enough case still. But if, say, you had maybe 5, 3, maybe you get that 5. You're like, is this a multiple of 3? No. Well, if I add 5, is it a multiple of 3? No. Well, if I add 5 more, is it a multiple of 3? Yes. That way, you don't have to keep looking for a multiple of 5 while you're looking through your multiples of 3, or some relation to it. Now, there's lots of different ways to do this. This is how I prefer to do it. This is not how everybody does it. This is not how you're going to see it all the time. So, be aware. Different people, different methods. But I mean, if whatever you can do to simplify the other side, always a good strategy for any module. Anyway, though, that's going to wrap this one up. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, as always, please leave them in the section down below. Until next time, guys. If you want to practice this, actually, I would suggest either hopping over to the Discord, which I will link to in the description down below, or possibly over to a Twitch Plays channel. You can practice there as well, if that's something you feel comfortable with. Lots of different ways to practice. Of course, nothing really beats a Porku mission for really getting the practice down. Anyway, though, yes, that's it for me. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Have fun, don't explode. Bye.